L'Invitation au voyage is an exhibition of painting on the long history of traveling in your imagination, through fantasy or dreams, and ideas of the body as a site of projection, conduit, and personal discovery. The exhibition spans multiple generations and artistic approaches, gathering 13 artists whose work has a strong emotional resonance and creates the peculiar sensation of a dreamlike state or fantasy. The role of travel brings into focus the relationships between real-life journeys and imaginary ones, between seeking adventure in distant lands or within everyday life. L'Invitation au voyage opens with the invocation of music, setting the mood for the soothing and troubling effects dreams can evoke. The image of a lone piano in Almut Heise's bar from 1970 greets visitors. The notion of the uncanny is further invoked by the stillness of the mannequin in Heise's Schaufenster, which shares the first room with 3 works by Paula Rego. Drawing on the motif of Roman charity, Rego's monumental Caritas from 1993 depicts highly charged scenes set in a fantastical wooded landscape. Rego's images of figures executed in pastel, Olga and La Fête, both from 2003, invoke psychological disturbance and trauma, suggesting at once tenderness and inherent danger. Travel, adventure, fantasy, and the negotiation of cultural identities connect the works by Leiko Ikemura, Shahzia Sikander, and Hannah Höch. Fusing figure and landscape, Ikemura's 3 large-scale paintings obliquely refer to the groundbreaking series of woodblock prints by Hiroshige, capturing the journey along Japan's Tokaido Road. Executed in gouache and ink, the abstracted winged figures in Sikander's works from the series Empire Follows Art, States of Agitation, symbolize a state of struggle, of being caught variously between competing cultures and histories. Höch, who was an avid traveler, is represented by rarely exhibited watercolors produced during trips in the pre-war years. A major painting from 1937 and a later collage from 1948 document the artist's turn to nature, as with the advent of World War II, she was reduced to traveling within her garden. In the third room, Sojourner Truth Parsons and Sarah Buckner distill their lives into strikingly graphic and atmospheric works. Parsons paints the psychic life of the everyday and its fantasies, translating feeling and emotion through vibrant color, form, and figure. The world and all of its experiences, real-life encounters, the dreams that sprang from them, books and films, function as a poetic springboard for Buckner. With Tsai Yi-Ting, Cordula Ditz, and Tala Madani, the focus shifts to images of distress, obsession, and physical trauma. Tsai Yi-Ting's harrowing series of paintings, Newborn Confinement, begun in 2017, draws on the trauma of childbirth. The collaged images printed on Ditz's paintings investigate the parallels between the spiritualist and the early suffragette movements in mid-19th century America. A luminous painting by Madani depicts with wry humor 2 figures entangled in humiliation. Cui Jie's International Space Station then introduces, together with Isa Melsheimer's new gouaches, an element of science fiction and dystopia. Looming large above Earth in a black expanse, the ISS can represent scientific cooperation, but also remoteness. The animals and plants in Melsheimer's gouaches, among them a lone wolf devouring a carcass in front of a brutalist Roman church, can be read in ominous, dystopic terms, as nature taking over and reclaiming territory. Lastly, YeeSooKyung's bright past-life regression painting Just Started of 2014, based on narratives of past-life experiences recovered under hypnosis, leaves the viewer with an expanse of small pink flowers, an image from the artist's meditative, conceptual practice. In the last year, dream and fantasy have taken on a renewed importance as liberation from the strains of the persistent uncertainty of everyday life. With their representation of dreamlike or fantastic figures, bodies, scenarios, and landscapes, L'Invitation au voyage brings together works that tear at the boundaries of reality, giving us a glimpse of worlds existing at the threshold of the real.